New exclusive videos show the Texas Department of Public Safety catching suspected smugglers among the latest apprehension of illegal immigrants.
Hey, get out of the vehicle! Hey, get out! Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle! Get out! Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for human smuggling.
That came after DPS found an unaccompanied 11-year-old migrant with nothing but a phone and an address at the border. Joining us now is Texas DPS Lieutenant Chris Olivarez. LT, it's unbelievable, these videos you're sharing. In the picture, there seems to be a surge of migrants trying to get across before the crackdown comes with the incoming Trump administration.
Right. Good morning, Griff. So, of course, as you know, you've been out to the borders, for the past 4 years now, and even more recent, when you were down there at Eagle Pass, Texas, we talked about these issues. We talked about these concerns where even though the numbers may be low, we're not seeing these large groups anymore by the thousands, but we are still dealing with human smuggling. We are still dealing with those that want to evade capture and try to sneak into the interior. Either that's by being smuggled by human smugglers or trying to sneak in through private ranches where we're having to track with our canines and our horse patrol over 10 plus miles, trying to locate these individuals that are trying to sneak in. So this is a real concern to us, especially as we approach January. I think the desperation is starting to settle in as many people that are trying to make their way to the United States, especially in Texas, really don't know what's going to happen. So we could see more of this human smuggling. We could see more illegal immigrants trying to sneak in and try to evade capture by circumventing checkpoints. But I think that video right there shows the hard work that our troopers do every single day and how they remain ready and how we are prepared for any type of surge, especially that we could see between ports of entry, but more so, focusing and trying to go after these human smugglers and rescuing children and also trying to, avoid and deter any possible criminal activity at our southern border.
And LT, when I was with you just a few weeks ago in that Maverick County, you and I were out and we saw the smugglers really trying to find open areas where they might be able to get people across. And you were telling me then, which appears to still be the case, that smugglers are benefiting more than ever financially because they're charging more.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right now the human smugglers and criminal organizations in Mexico, they're using this messaging by the new administration, by these policies that are going to take effect, come January, using that to their advantage to increase their profits by charging double than what they would normally charge to get people across that border. So, it's a very profitable business now for these human smugglers. And I think we're starting to see more of these dangers as well as they smuggle, numerous people in vehicles, especially in some of these high-speed chases where they have no regard for human life. They have no regard for the motoring public as well. And that's a real concern to us as a police agency. But again, our troopers remain ready. We're going to continue to combat these, criminal smugglers and try to take away and remove these profits from them by trying to rescue some of these illegal immigrants that are being victimized by these human smugglers.
LT, when you and I were there as well, we had one group on one day come through that had migrants from Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador. And Tom Homan, the incoming border czar, yesterday, we talked about what to do with migrants from countries like Venezuela where they don't take them back. Here's what he said. Listen.
ICE officers across the country are prepared to go out and target public safety threats, but TDA is on top of that public safety threats. They're going to be arrested. They're going to be detained, and they're going to remove. I've been talking to several different countries. If Venezuela don't take them back, we got other countries who are stepping up and say they will.
That's news, LT, if other countries will take it and Venezuela won't. But just on what you're seeing where you are you seeing an increase from countries like Venezuela and South American countries that might not have repatriation agreements?
Well, we are, Griff. We are still seeing some from Venezuela, also special interest countries as well, as we talked about when you were there in Eagle Pass, Texas. But that's something we do start, we are seeing as well across the southern border in Texas. But I think, going back to what, the U.S. Incoming border czar Tom Homan said, I think the messaging itself really tells these other countries that, this new administration means business. And I think that's why many of these countries are starting to realize that they have no other option right now but to cooperate. I think that's why they're starting to now say that they're going to accept other migrants from other countries. So I think that's a big win for us. That's really going to deter the flow of mass migration taking place, because now we know that we can actually deport these migrants back to not only their home country, but to any other safe third country that's available. So that's a big win moving forward. Of course, again, they haven't even taken office yet, so I think we can see what's expected in the coming year.
Yeah, and it certainly seems that morale seems to be rising as well.
Absolutely.
With the incoming administration. Lieutenant Chris Olivarez, thank you for all the work you and all the troopers do, and have a Merry Christmas.
Likewise, Merry Christmas, Griff. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.